What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Juice Forest Journey. Hope y'all having a great day out there, man. Today, we're just gonna kick it off and start off by saying, I thank God for this day. I thank God for blessing us all and allowing us all to be here today and giving us the essence of breath, to wake up and be able to do all things that He has put us on this earth to do, and just giving us the ability to have strength and energy to keep sustaining ourselves throughout the day. So thank God for breathing through our nostrils and allowing us to have breath, you know, to do all things that He has able us to do. That's in His will for us to do. Oh man, yeah, man. So yeah, I like dropping wisdom, you know, in the forex field because it's a lot of people that teach the charts, teach how to analyze the charts and everything like that, you know, which is key to, because we all have to know how to trade, but at the same time, it's a mental game that we playing too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if people don't understand mentally how to go about certain situations, you know what I'm saying? Because they lack the understanding because it's not being taught in abundance, around social media or wherever, people learn forex from, then somebody have to take the initiative to teach it. You know, so that's what I'm doing with my channel. I'm teaching, the wisdom, what I'm saying, the knowledge, the understanding of, how to go about certain situations in Forex. So if y'all have like any questions or anything like that, just leave it in the comment. And if I had an answer to it, I answer it, you know, through a video, or I may just write you in the comments, just to help you out on your journey, because this journey is not just about my Forex journey, but it's also about y'all Forex journey too, because y'all watching me do my thing, what I'm saying, at the same time, y'all doing y'all thing too, So if I can help anybody out in any situation, I will, you know. But let's just say we'll just say like, okay, when it comes to forex, you want to understand how to go about doing every single thing, but sometimes people don't lay it all out, in a straight line for you. Like on my particular journey, I was kind of like everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because when I started, it wasn't much people out talking about forex. It was a few, you know. So it's kind of like I had to take bits and pieces from, you know, different people. Because at the time I wasn't buying the course, I wasn't buying any of those things because I didn't have the money to, purchase it to be like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna just buy this guy course for $5,000 or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So I just had to, put two and two together, you know, and I know that it would be much easier if people had like a blueprint laid out for them, but at the same time, people still wouldn't get it because everybody trying to get to the money because we're dealing with a money industry. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, this don't matter. This don't matter. Where's the strategy? You know what I'm saying? Where's the strategy at? Where's the how do I make the money? But the money, it all starts in the mind. You know what I'm saying? How you make the money starts in the mind. It starts with growth and development of the mind. Like based on, it's different from each individual person because it's based on what the person already know or what they don't know. So if you already know something, right, and somebody else next to you don't know something, then you may have the edge over them in that particular thing. But then it may be something that you lack in that they may be great in. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on who the person is and what their life situations was, you know, that would kind of like lay out the foundation for how they would have to build up themselves to become great forex traders or great traders in the stock market or whatever industry you trading in. You know what I'm saying? Crypto, whatever it is, you know. So your mindset has to be um like I want to learn. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. Your mindset got to be in the I want to learn stage. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically how it's gonna all unfold for you. If you're too lazy to learn, too lazy to study, too lazy to do all that you need to do, you know what I'm saying? Research, study to show thyself approved. You know what I'm saying? Any of those things, then you're not gonna make it in the industry because it's a money industry. So you got to understand that you got billions, millions of people that got multitudes of strategies, multitudes of ways of how they see the market. You know what I'm saying? From what they, you know what I'm saying, built up themselves or learned themselves. So you're dealing with different mindsets of different people. So your mindset has to be, excuse me, on a level to where you ready to be a boss. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say that trading is like a business because all bosses have a business. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody want to be a boss, they have to have a business, or they may have had something where they moved in as a boss in the situations. You know what I'm saying? So being a boss, you got to have a game plan. Your game plan got to be laid out. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a set of rules. You know what I'm saying? And with having a set of rules is like laws. You know what I'm saying? When you have a set of rules, your rules become laws. So if your rules become laws, you then have to stay disciplined to the laws that you put into place. You know what I'm saying? You can't be one of those people that put laws into place or put rules into place and then you don't have to abide by them, but you expect other people to abide by them. You know what I'm saying? That means something is false there, something is faulty. You know what I'm saying? Something going on there that if the one who created it can't abide by the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at God, God don't create um the commandments and the laws and he don't abide by them. You know what I'm saying? If he expect all men to be righteous, he's righteous. You know what I'm saying? So if you make a set of rules and then you go and teach people those rules, you must be abiding by those same rules that that you teaching people. You got to apply them because why would you teach them if it's hard for you to apply them? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by, you got to set yourself some rules and make it as laws. That way you have an order in place. Once you have a set of rules and then you have laws and you have an order in place, you then now have um structure. You have structure, and then within that structure you build up discipline because now you structure yourself in a way to where it's like, okay, this is how I'm rolling. You know what I'm saying? This is how I'm playing the game, right? So that's how people build up their business. You know what I'm saying? They make the blueprint, they sit down, they study on what they need to study in that particular field, and they write down a blueprint to structure themselves within that field. This how I'm coming out. This how I'm, you know what I'm saying, stepping into this industry. So that's what you all want to do. You want to make sure that you building yourself up in a way to where you know that, hey, I'm not gonna break these rules because it's me. You know what I'm saying? So if I say, hey, I have $500 in the market, let's just say, starting out, and because I have $500, I want to risk 2% of the $500. You know what I'm saying? So that means that if I'm risking 2% per trade of that $500, I'm risking $10 per trade. So for me, I may be comfortable with risking 2% to where, I'm only comfortable with losing $10 per trade because that's me. You see what I'm saying? But then you may have you who say, no, I'm gonna risk 3%. You know what I'm saying? Because your risk tolerance is higher than mine, and then hey, that's your money, that's not my money. So you may be willing to lose $15 per trade out of your $500 investment. You know what I'm saying? So when you put that into perspective, when you think about that, it's like everyone has their own um way of doing things, you know? So if you got the game intact, you got your strategy intact, the way you choose to do it or the way somebody taught you, you still have to go about putting your risk intact the way you choose to put it intact. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, 2% may be good for me where I say, hey, I'm willing to lose $10. You know what I'm saying? And then you may say, hey, 3% is good for me. I'm willing to lose $15. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. So you got to make sure you have that structure, you know what I'm saying, inside your blueprint to where, okay, in this game of Forex, I'm willing to risk um 3% per trade. So even if you go from $500 to $1,000, you know what I'm saying? you still want to keep that same 3% intact unless it may be too much for you. So if you got $1,000 and you say, okay, I'm risking 3% per trade, that's $30 per trade. You see what I'm saying? So if you keep that same 3% intact throughout your journey, um, the numbers get bigger and they change, but your blueprint and your laws and your rules, you know what I'm saying, don't change. Your order is still the same. You still disciplined to your game plan. You see what I'm saying? Most traders, they'll change it. So once they go from 500 to 1,000, they may say, you know what, I'm going to 5%. So I got $1,000, you know what I'm saying? And I want to risk 5% now. So now they want to risk 50. So they going from risking $15, you know what I'm saying, from 500 um dollars to with a 3% risk to risking $15, and then now they went to $1,000 and they want to risk 5% to risking $50. You see what I'm saying? Now that may bring anxiety on them because they so used to only risking 3%, losing $15. Now you're talking about losing $50 a trade. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna make it a lot more um harder for the person because mentally they not prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? Two trades, you down 100. So when in two trades, they would have been down 30. So when you think about that, that's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? That's what like a $70 difference. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about that, you have to make sure that you keeping your strategy intact. So it's like when you in your back office and you doing your blueprint and you mapping things out, you look at that 2% from 500 all the way up to your initial goal or wherever you think you're trying to be. You know what I'm saying? So if you get like a $100,000 account because you done grew your money, and I'm not talking about from funded trading and all that stuff. I'm talking about from your personal money. You know what I'm saying? Then if you're risking 3% at that time, right? Then you'll be risking $3,000 on a $100,000 account. You see what I'm saying? So you wanna like put your percentage of risk all the way up to where you know, okay, once I get $100,000 account, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying to like build up that account no more. I'm just trying to like, pull money from it now or whatever. Pull money to invest or pull money to save or whatever you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you reached it to that point. So whatever your initial goal is, you wanna do the percentage all the way up there and see if okay by the time I get to 100,000, could I manage to handle $3,000 losing on per trade? You know what I'm saying? You want to do that so that way you could see into the future of yourself, of your business. You know what I'm saying? So that way it won't surprise you when you get there. Or that way you won't change up on yourself when you get to 1,000 or when you get to 4,000 or 5,000. You'll still keep that same 3% rule of risking. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, if you change that percentage, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna change you. You know what I'm saying? You might not be the same no more. You might not want to trade no more. And this coming from me because I had to learn this because at points in my time of trading starting out, I never knew about risk management, I never knew about risk management. I never knew how to manage my risk. I never knew, what I'm saying, how to calculate it, how to, what I'm saying, how to look into the future of things and try to figure all this out. This came with time, this came with losses, this came with trial and error. You know what I'm saying? So I go from having like $150 account and I'll get it up to like $800, you know what I'm saying, in 1 week. And then come Thursday, not even a full week. Come Thursday, I probably lose 300 of it. You know what I'm saying? Win it back by the end of the day. Win it back. Um, then come next week and lose 600 of it. And I'm like, man, what happened? You know? So it happens. It happens to the best of us. But when you have a risk management in there, it makes things much better because now you're able to see, okay, if I lose three trades, you know what I'm saying? then this is how much I will lose. If I lose two trades, then this is how much. So if I decide to trade three times today, you know what I'm saying? If I decided to trade three times a day and I lost all three, I'm losing $45. You see what I'm saying? But your risk is always gonna your so if you're willing to lose $15, then you gotta understand that hey, I'm willing to make 30. You see what I'm saying? So that way it makes sense. Unless you're doing a one-to-one where you lose 15, you win 15. But if you trying to like make sure that you secure, then you could lose two trades, and those two trades, like say you lost two trades, and that's $30, and then let's say you win a trade, you trade three times in a day, you lose the first two trades, you're down 30, and then you trade the third trade, you win 30, you break even. You know what I'm saying? Or let's just say you trade one time, you lose, and then the second time you trade, you win 30. You lost 15 the first time you lost, and then you win 30 the second time, then you up 15 for the day. Or let's just say you first trade, you just hit it out the park. You up 30. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you want to make sure that it makes sense. It has to be logical, mathematical, mathematical. I'm messing up, y'all. Mathematics has to make logical sense. You know what I'm saying? So everything with me has to make everything with me has to make logical sense. If it don't make logical sense, then it don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm doing my numbers and when I'm doing my thinking and when I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, my process elimination with everything and I'm brainstorming and I'm thinking deep in my mind about things, everything has to make logical sense. It has to add up. If it don't add up, then it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm telling y'all makes sense. Ain't no point of losing $15, you know what I'm saying, if that's your risk, and you only gonna make $5 and you still gonna be down 10. Now you gotta go back into the market to try to make another five or whatever you're trying to make just to get the 15 back. No, you want to make sure that you always making more than what you lose, than what you risk. So that way it makes sense for you, you know what I'm saying, to get out the market and say, you know what? Be like, you know what? I'm gonna get back in the market because I know I got a chance of winning this next trade. I jumped in too soon. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it was, you could do that. You know what I'm saying? And be like, okay, because I know if I win this trade, I'll be up 15. You know what I'm saying? From that loss, so I'm good. So other rather than saying, you know, dang, I lost 15. I don't know how I'm gonna get it back because I might just win $5. No, you want to make sure that you got your plan intact. You know what I'm saying? You disciplined to your game plan. So that's the thing. You know, if you look at someone who, let's say, sell sneakers, sell shoes, you know, and they get some shoes for $100. Like say the market price of the shoes is like how would they do it? Let's say the market price of the shoes is like 120. You know what I'm saying? They get the shoes for 100 on sale under the market value, right? And let's say they want to make they want to make $20 off the shoes. They sell the shoes for 120. They make they 20. You see what I'm saying? But if they sold the shoes for under 100 and they sold it for 80, they lose 20. You see what I'm saying? They sold it for 10, I mean 110, they win 10. They profit 10. You know what I'm saying? So and then the higher they go above 120, the more they make. So it just depends. But as long as they buying the shoes on the price of the market value, they can either sell it for the market value, or they can be like a real good shoe plug and sell it under the market value and still make something off of it. You know what I'm saying? So they would never take a loss. If anything, if push comes to shove, they may say, you know what, dude wants shoes for 100. I paid 100. I just take the 100 and break even. You see what I'm saying? So that's the same thing when that's business, right? But that's the same thing when you look at forex. You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to lose 15, you know what I'm saying? You either gotta make 15 or make 30. or make however much you can off that. You know what I'm saying? You can't never say, okay, I'm willing to lose 15, and then you lose the 15, and then you come back in the market and make $10. I make $5. No, that means something is off with your trading. So it has to make sense. So because the reason why I'm saying it has to make sense is because logically you're supposed to think like, if I lose this trade, I'm not worried because I know when I do win, I'm gonna still come out profitable. You know what I'm saying? That's how you're supposed to be. That way, when you trade, you won't have anxiety like, oh, I'm not trying to lose. Oh, I don't want to lose. You won't be like, I don't know how much I'm gonna lose on this trade because I didn't put a stop loss and I didn't do the risk management. You don't want to be in those situations. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in panic mode. When you trade, it's already enough itself that you got to brainstorm and think and do put your work in that you've been practicing on all week and to play. You know what I'm saying? You got to execute live market. So it's already enough with that. It's already enough that you're using your own money or whatever money you done borrowed. It's already enough. So you already got enough to focus on. You know what I'm saying? So when you really think about all that, you don't got time to be putting the improper risk on the table and not knowing if you lose it, how you gonna make it back. You supposed to know all these things. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I done been through it, so that's why I'm talking about it. I can explain it to you. I can tell you. So that's how you want to go about, your game plan, your blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Become a business. Become a business, and elevate yourself. You know what I'm saying? You in the money business dealing with money, you gotta elevate yourself. You can't stay stagnant in the same situation that you once was in before you came in the game. You know what I'm saying? We all here for a reason, and if you really want to make money in this game, in this industry, then you gotta understand that it's a lot of people that's out there. They have their strategy, they have their blueprint, they have their plan, and they coming to get some money. And if you want to loaf around, they're gonna take the money that you putting into the market if you willing to put it out there on the table. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the game goes. So it's not a game where you could just come in and think you can gamble. It's not a game where you think you could just come in and learn a strategy on a chart and it's just that. No, it's you got to think deep into how you want to go about things for yourself, for your business. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna benefit you. You know. So yeah, man, that's the wisdom I want to drop on y'all, man. Hopefully it help a lot of y'all out. If it does, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if what I'm teaching, you know what I'm saying, help y'all out to give me some feedback. And also, like I said, leave me some questions in the comments so that I can make videos on whatever y'all talking about, man. If I could just answer it under the comments, you know. I love y'all, man. I'm out. Shalom.